All right, we have another Interpres Insider. I'm David Malakode, your host today. I've got Will Longs, CEO and founder of Infinity Cyber Advisors. How you doing today, Will?
Great. Thanks for having me on, David.
So today I want to talk about, it's an Interpres Insider, right? So, in this tool, what I've noticed when we work with it, I've worked with it, you've worked with it, a lot of people concentrate on that vulnerability management piece, and they almost kind of hone in on it like it's the only piece. That, oh man, it's just another vulnerability management tool. That's not the case, right?
Absolutely, David. I've walked into many teams, and their primary way of sorting threat and figuring out what is their priorities, because at the end of the day, it comes down to, I'm not working on the right things, I'm working on the right priorities. And most of the teams I walk into, one of their largest capabilities they have is sorting vulnerabilities based on CVE scores and exploitability. And while that's helpful, that does not paint the whole picture.
Right.
Against what the threat landscape really is. That's really a vulnerability-based view of what your risk is, and it's only a piece of the picture.
Okay, so what's another piece of the picture? Like if it's not just vulnerability, what else are we talking about here?
Well, there's many other things in the environment, such as how are we hardening our systems? What are the configuration items that we have in those systems? And what are the resulting threats and intelligence that actually we have access to that's showing us where we need to be working? And we need to put that whole picture together, including the vulnerability work, obviously, but we need to paint the whole picture of what we ought to be working on, and that might change our priority. If vulnerability number 97 on your list is what the bad actors are using in your industry today, that actually might need to bubble to the top.
Right. Love it. And so what I'm hearing here too is, yeah, great, I've got a view into vulnerability, I've got a view into configuration. How do I know that I have the ability to look at what's going on in any given active, right? Because we're based on MITRE here, of course. Any given threat actor might be coming in trying to do something. How do I know? How do I know that I can detect them?
Well, that's why you need a tool that pulls this whole picture together. And one of the most important tools, and one of the ways we use Interpres, is to analyze, do we really have the data in our systems and the detection logic to actually understand if this comes at us, are we going to be able to detect it?
Right.
Not are we just protected when that vulnerability or that particular configuration item is turned on, but how are we doing continuously at detecting those threats? Because if we're not postured correctly and we can't detect it either, it's game over.
Yeah, you got to be able to stitch it all together is what I hear, right? Excellent. Well, that was another Interpres Insider. Please join us next time.